guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nothando and I make videos on construction, lifestyle and travel. Here I have a beverage which you just saw me make. It is very random. I added like handcrafted gin which I won at work. I had to rock paper scissors for it. If you follow me on Instagram you probably saw the video. Anyway, so yeah, I'm having that. It's builder's break. I'm so happy it's December. This is such a random video, but it was prompted by the conversations that I was having with my friends in the last couple of months, complaining about what's happening in our lives, literally, like, and we'd be venting to each other and we'd all be like, oh, I can't believe that, like, and usually it was work related. So I wondered if people out there do have like similar relationships with their friends, because sometimes you're going through something and maybe your friends are on a different journey. It's just odd and rare that all of us were going through stuff almost around the same time which was so similar. So it was nice to, or it is nice to have each other to vent to. And this is how this video came about. I posted a question on my Instagram asking like, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you this year? Vent. If you want to vent, talk to me. I'm here to talk to you. I also did add a disclaimer that your answer might end up in this video, which it might not, I don't know. And the reason that I'm doing this is because sometimes when you're going through like stuff, you don't know that you feel like you're alone and there's other people also going through it. So yeah, let us vent about the end of the year. I have them all on my phone here. How do I see like a previous post's answers? Yo, Mudimo.
What Mudimo?
Oh, there it is. The responses were actually so different and like interesting. The question was, let me phrase it accurately. The question was, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you at work this year? That was the question. And I got some interesting answers. Some of them are actually quite sad, and yeah, let's go through them. This one says, I'm tired of being taken advantage of in the QS industry. They pay you when they want. This is actually really sad and is a reality for a lot of QSs, especially if you're not working for a solid company. If you're working like for a subcontractor or a really small company. I've had my friends who would be like, oh, babes, like today I'm not, like they paid me on this day, or today, this month they didn't pay me. Like the payment is not consistent, and nothing is as excruciating as not having a consistent pay date. Like it's painful. Like you can't even plan like your stuff properly. Like you can't even plan like your debit orders or anything like that in a well-fashioned manner. Sounds like I ended up being happy at work even though we on salary cuts, and I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Like this is such a nice perspective. Sometimes money's on everything. I just hope that they got maybe a different way of being like appreciated, like because you're on a salary cut, maybe only come until Thursdays and you have like more time to yourself, something like that. A lot of our realities are created in our heads, so this is a great space to be in. She's like, girl wants to be a PRQS but unemployment is refusing. This made me sad. As we all know, like the unemployment rates in South Africa is super high, and yeah, I can only hope that you get to get a job eventually. I hope you do follow construction networking. And I sometimes do like sharing posts on my statuses or stories on Instagram when I find them or when I bump into them. So do follow me if you're not following me, but I really hope that you find a job and you can start working on your professional registration. I just found out that my mom scratched my car and then she was like, oh, that's not at work, sorry. But I'm still gonna respond to this and say that it hurts, especially when you're like new. Your first scratch, your first, second, maybe third scratches or like little hiccups hurts, but it hurts less and less as it keeps happening, and it will keep happening. Sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes you parked your car, somebody opens their door and then scratch your car, you get there, your car scratched. Literally, like it hurts less as it keeps happening. But I'm sorry, Sissy. So I remember this one time at home. There's like, my mom has a brick making business, construction much. So there's like, it's so open, like there's so much space because it's like, there's still space for the actual house to be built. Like there's a cottage, but I'm explaining too much. Anyway, there's like a pile of bricks. They are so far, there's so much space for me to move around. I am reversing, like, you know, just to leave the yard. There is so much space in the yard. Did I not drive into a pile of bricks? Like there's no space. So I'm just like, that's what I do. That's the quickest I've ever recovered to bumping into anything or scratching the car. So after a while, like it gets better. Trust me. This sounds like I slightly overpaid the contractor, but I'll recover it all on final account. Hashtag QS life. If you don't get this, you know what I hate about December, right? Like accounts close early. So sometimes these people are still going to work until, let's say, the 15th. but accounts closes maybe on the 6th of December. So you need to kind of like forecast a payment, and you pay them before time because this one accounts is closing. Or you can forecast, you'll pay them like on the 15th, but sometimes they don't do the work that they promise that they'll do on the 15th. And then you end up with like, I remember this one time I had a subcontractor look me dead in the eye and it's like, yeah, we are going to finish on the 15th. As soon as they got paid, they disappeared from site and I paid them. It hurt. I couldn't even recover. I think they only had like 3 payments then. So I didn't even have enough retention on them. Yo, guys, Kiosk life is hard. Working with money is hard. Oh, so I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you're positive about it and you'll recover it soon. I hope it's not too much money. I just want to say that I'm grateful for life. This is so nice. Like, gratitude is always the best attitude. And when you're grateful, I feel like you always attract good things to you. And sometimes we need to like literally pause and be grateful for the basic of it. I mean, without life, nothing matters. Like all your stresses, it doesn't even matter when you're not alive. So I'm glad you are grateful for life. She's like, I'm dying from intense headaches. I feel like crying each time. I feel like my head is pouncing. I was actually concerned about this because like we have COVID and stuff like that, and one of the side effects is headaches. So I really hope that you get help and it's sorted out. I hope it's not COVID, and if it is, I hope you can get treated. Anything that has to do with the head scares me so much. Like, this is like our powerhouses. My employer says I must wait till next year to finalize my contract. Oh, this sucks, because walking on eggshells and not knowing what your future holds is really uncomfortable. It's draining. Like, everyday life is just draining because you don't know what to expect. So I really hope that your employer can sort this out by next year, because it's not on. Okay. On one project, the geotech said the results submitted are for another project. This one did not pass. By that time, we are past masonry. I wanted to die because you are, and I know this feeling. As a QS, as much as you're focusing on the money and the quantitative side, you also need to look at the quality of the work that's been done. And I've been in a situation where like they were ordering mortar, and for a certain section of the building, the mortar had to be a different strength, and that was missed. And a lower strength was ordered. If it was a higher strength, that's a win. I mean, your building's gonna be stronger. But if it's a lower strength, that's dangerous. They literally had to demolish the whole floor, which looks bad on, let's say, you, because you go through like the delivery notes. You should have noted that this portion goes through. So, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know, this can be sorted, but these things do happen. It does happen. I had colleagues turn against me to try ruin my name. The hypocrisy. I then saw that there are a lot of snakes out there. The word snake is always thrown around in the construction industry because people don't want to take accountability, and people throw people under the bus because it's so, I feel like your mistakes are so visual that no one wants to be responsible. And sometimes even like duties and responsibilities are so vague because people don't want to be responsible for like something that goes wrong. So it's always easy to like just throw people under the bus, and sometimes you can have a really good conversation and think you're on the same page with the person. So frustrating. So I'm really sorry you're going through this. I'm glad that you didn't lose your in-service training, because you said almost. So kuzolunga guys. Just my advice about things like this: always keep record of your emails. Always CC the bigger bosses in your emails. Back it up, like back up your stuff, and also like revert back so that you understand. Are we on the same page? This is what you meant by you saying this. Because sometimes we are led by people who actually don't know what they're doing, and they'll use you as like a scapegoat, because kunzim. But yeah, we're living in a movie sometimes, eh? It's a movie. Sometimes, you know, your colleagues, eh? Not everybody wants you to win. Let me tell you, not everybody wants you to win, and not everybody has your best interest at heart. So as much as like you're with people that are working for the same company, you guys are probably have like the same goal. Some people are there like for their own interest, and they'll step on your toes or like sabotage you when it comes to like succeeding. Or maybe they have like a personal vendetta against you and they just don't like you. And this is a sucky situation, let me tell you. It's not nice, because you're like, are we not here to like succeed together? But no, not everybody has your best interests at heart, and you need to, Oh, this point is so, it's not nice when this is the case, because why are we like, work is already so hard, now you have to deal with the people at work. Ugh, I'm so sorry, and I hope that you got through it, because I will come and people are like working against you. And yeah, friendships are tough, yo. I know friendships are relationships, and I feel like people underestimate them. Like, we look at relationships and we like talk about jolo and like how hard that is, but I feel like guys don't have the same problem. Must be nice to be a guy. But female friendships are actually very difficult. They're tricky. I don't know what it is though, because it's like we can just do this, and yo, like going through a friendship breakup is actually really sad and hard. Relationships in general, it's tough. It's tough. It's so tough. Like it's you go through it, and it's funny because you're like, what? I don't think I'd feel like this, but you do go through it. So I don't know what's happening, but I hope you get through it. And I feel you. I feel you in my heart. This one says yo. Yo, definitely yo. The whole, maybe the whole year is yo. But I feel you. I rolled down the stairs while I was 5 months pregnant, but thankfully the baby was good. Imagine. Can you believe it? Yo, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And I saw that she gave birth, and congratulations. But yeah, yo, that's so hectic. Yo. Yo, this is like a horror movie. I started a new job as a junior QS at a consulting firm. I started my probation period with 2 of my classmates. They're both white males. They were given laptops, so they were able to work from home, and I wasn't. Yet we have the same qualifications and pretty much the same experience. I was just like, what's the difference between me and them? Long story short, I kicked ass. They gave me a whole more responsibility, and after the probation, only 2 of us 3 were offered a permanent contract. I was one of them. After doing so well without a laptop. Yeah, this is proper discrimination, and it's kind of sad that it's 2021 and we're still battling with this. Like back in the day, it was like all about getting the education. You get the education, now there's no like jobs, which is, it's not one person's fault, but I feel like the goalpost just keeps moving, and sometimes you can put in all the work, do really well, but if the odds are against you, they are against you. And it's kind of sad when you know that it's not you, but you question like your worth the whole time. Like, what did I do wrong, or where can I improve? And you can just see what's auna any other thing. This is personal. It's about me, and there's nothing you could have done. But I'll always say this, like, you're always in a better position when you know that you've done your best. So if you feel like the odds are against you, like these extra obstacles thrown your way, still really like do your best, so at the end of the day you are not questioning what you could have brought to the table. Because the goal usually is to make you doubt yourself, make you think you're worth less, and make you like accept the bare minimum. It's tough, but we're tougher. Thank you guys for responding, and I hope that if any of you related to any of these confessions, please comment down below with like tips or advice. I did try to respond to all of the messages in the DMs, and I hope I helped. I think I missed one. If that's happening to you, keep going, especially if it's just one. Keep going, guys. If you're failing a course, it does happen. That actually does happen, and you like start questioning yourself. My advice would be to try out every single past paper that you can come across. Answer it as accurately as possible. Make sure that you are understanding exactly what the question wants of you. Consult with the professor or your lecturer about how you're answering the questions, and maybe even like look at the paper that you wrote and where you went wrong. Just work on those mistakes and you will get it right. Usually they don't change them. Sometimes you get the same questions repeated again. I don't know if that's the whole thing. I feel like I'm old now, so I think things are different. But if they're not, like literally do that and you can do it. With that said, happy builders break, everybody. My cheeks are burning. Happy builders break to everybody. Thank you so much for responding to this news. I hope that you found it insightful, and thank you guys for venting. And guys, if you have advice for people or stories that resonated with you, please comment down below. and like give you advice. And if you're watching, I hope that it wasn't too obvious so that like the people that you're talking about find out. I hope it wasn't. So I'm doing this so that you can see that there's other people who might get you whatever situation that you're going through. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. See you later in another video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.